by Riverside.
It's the Dynasty Front Office, and we are building you championships one trade at a time. I'm your host, Jesse Schneeman, and I am here with the three best friends anyone has ever had, starting with the auspicious Austin Bell. How are you tonight, Austin?
I'm phenomenal, man. It is football week. Like, we're here. There's no more to it. In 2 days, we're on a special night just because Jesse couldn't pod on our normal night because we have football this week. So I'm great. How are you?
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
Okay. Okay.
Gosh.
I had to break the tension with something. Chad and Mike are laughing at me in the intro. It was really hard to get out. Main man Chad Mendoza. How you doing tonight, Chad?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm excited for football, excited for the podcast. Let's get it going.
And Major Mike Casper. How you doing tonight, Mike?
What is up, Jesse? We got started with some college football this weekend, so now we got pro football. Like, I'm ready, man. It's awesome. We're off and running. It was fun for the weekend, and to see Bill Belichick get humiliated, that was interesting.
That was the best part.
Yeah, how did old Arch do?
Oh yeah, he looked like Uncle Rico out there. Yeah,
he did look like Uncle Rico out there.
I don't care. We got a quarterback, so
yeah, right.
It's
one game against one of the best teams in the country. So,
all right,
yeah.
All right, guys. So tonight we are going to do trade banger of the week as always. Breakout players, bold predictions, final roster reports. Oh, that's a deep dynasty waiver ad, under 40% roster. And then we'll go off the clock with a little pop culture. You all ready to roll?
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's talk.
And Mike, what you got for me, Mike?
I was gonna say, be sure to check us out on YouTube and Facebook at Dynasty Front Office, or Twitter X at Front Office FF, and our Discord link in the description. So come on down. We are gonna have giveaways and an open spot in the Listener League at the end of the season. So stay tuned. Stay tuned for that.
Awesome. Thanks, Mike.
You're welcome. I'm here for you, Jesse.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Chad,
He's coming for your job.
I make these show sheets just for fun.
You got the trade banger, Chad.
Yeah, I've got it. So don't forget to send your trades into us so we can potentially feature your trade. But this week we've got a 12-team Superflex half-point tight end premium. Team 1 receives Justin Jefferson and a 2026 late first. Team 2 receives Jordan Love, Brian Thomas, and A.D. Mitchell.
Mike, why don't you give me your opinion of this first?
I love the trade for both teams involved, but I am pretty big on, in a Superflex league, the side that gets a quarterback. I think, especially for the Jordan Love side, to not have to give a quarterback back, I think is pretty significant. Yeah, there's the first there, but Jordan Love, I think his hand and stuff was hurt last season, or his shoulder, or whatever it was, and that's why they were so run heavy. So I really do think he's going to have a good bounce back campaign. And Brian Thomas, he's keeping his quarterback, which, like, I love that for fantasy to be able to keep that up again. So there's no reason why Brian Thomas can't go into the top, 3 wide receivers at the end of the season. Justin Jefferson is getting a year older. I'm not going to say I'm scared of J.J. McCarthy because he's produced with guys like Dobbs and Nick Mullins. So he's obviously an elite asset. But I do like the side to get a quarterback that I think could move up pretty significantly, a wide receiver that could as well. And it definitely is going to be late first, knowing the league format. So I'll take the Jordan Love and Brian Thomas side, but good trade. Definitely a banger for sure.
I went back and forth on this one. What I came down to, I probably like the Jordan Love side value-wise a little better, but really it just comes down to whether I need a quarterback or not. So if I'm sitting with 3 quarterbacks and I have Love to spare, then I really like the Justin Jefferson side because I'm getting an elite asset. I'm, like I said, if I can spare the quarterback, it's absolutely worth it to do. So it just kind of depends on where my roster is. I mean, if I need a quarterback, it can be really hard to do. And like you said, in a super flex league, um, I guess I should ask Austin, since you're that side of the trade. Who are you starting? Who are your quarterbacks before you made the trade?
I have Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, and Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I mean, I can see why you did it. Especially this is a very top heavy league.
Yeah.
So maybe the top 4 to 6 teams. I mean, probably 5 or 6 teams are really only have a chance, and then there's 4 or 5 teams that really probably are just out of it.
I think that's a
Yeah.
little underselling it. It's like
Yeah,
like
probably.
it's like 5 teams, and then there's like a cliff.
Yeah.
Where it's like
I forgot. Yeah, we're putting Snoop's team in the top tier now.
yeah.
Oh yeah, you better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just like the flexibility for Austin's roster to be able to play matchups with his QB2, right? Like, we all like Justin Herbert, I think, on here, think he's a great quarterback, but
Mhm.
to be able to play some of the matchup game, I think gives Austin better flexibility. And Brian Thomas on a point per game basis could be pretty close to Justin Jefferson, but I
Yeah.
think being able to have that flexibility at least will at the QB2 spot can definitely mind the gap.
Honestly,
there.
I don't think they're going to be close. To be quite frank, just because Brian Thomas has added competition in his room, and then you also have the Addison suspension on Justin Jefferson's side. So I don't think it's going to be quite, at least for the beginning half of the season. I don't think it's going to be very close as far as points scored. But I do like the Jordan Love side of the trade a little bit better personally, just because, you're getting that quarterback who could potentially outscore the second quarterback on the roster. He's not just a third fit in, like Mike was saying. You can play week to week on that, Justin Herbert, Jordan Love angle, but also there's a good chance that Jordan Love just is better than Herbert this year. A very good chance.
Very, very good chance, yeah. So it might not matter if Justin Jefferson is 100 points better than Brian Thomas this year for Austin.
Well,
What
it
matters?
depends, yeah.
What matters is what he does in the playoffs, because Austin's automatically in the playoffs with the way this league set up is, the way this league is set up.
Yeah, but
So-
that's how you win, is getting those players
I hear you.
that are that 100-point difference, because divide that to the week, that's 4 or 5 points. That's how you win or lose a week. So what the difference for me for this year would be is Jordan Love going to be 4 or 5 points better than Justin Herbert on those same giving weeks to level the trade out? Because I'm also giving up my first, which does nothing for me this year, but that's one more asset I don't have for the future. So that's kind of my thought process. Was it gives me maneuverability for the QB room. If I decide I want to down tier off of Herbert or Love, I have the ability in case I need to gain a first in the future or whatever it may be. But my hope is that Brian Thomas and JJ aren't but 4 or 5 points apart on a given week.
So what can you do that though? Can you down tier for Herbert and get a starting quarterback plus a first? What quarterback would that be? Dart?
That'd
not
be
on
like
that.
Bryce Young, probably.
Bryce?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's kind of was my thought. Is
That's not bad. I would do that in a heartbeat, actually. Herbert scares me this year quite a bit. He scares me overall with that.
Well,
stat.
the other thing that I wanted to bring up on this trade too is it's not just the week to week flexibility on quarterback or potential value gain there. It's also the fact that you're giving up your first, but you might be in a situation where you have to spend that first on a quarterback. So
True.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers is your third quarterback, and your second quarterback has questions.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's really hard to make trades in that league because most of us are contending that have the good players. So, like I was trying to get McBride from Jesse, for example, and in a vacuum, I gave a fair offer and he's like, no chance I'm trading you that player because it doesn't help me and it helps you.
You're trading with the competition.
That's stuff you have to think about in there. So being able to get that quarterback did make sense. To be honest, Mike's thought about the weekly flip starts was what sold me on doing the trade. Because in value, I felt like selling Justin Jefferson and a first didn't feel good for Brian Thomas and Jordan Love at face value. But at once Mike mentioned the fact that, there may be a lot of weeks where Love is the starter, it kind of came back to me and was like, that's a good idea. That gives me the flexibility of not having to start Herbert every week.
Chad, Chad, you got the Justin Jefferson side, but you're selling Austin side quite a bit. Why did you make the trade?
Well, I even when I
Because I
sent
got
him that
Justin
trade, I
Jefferson.
told him like, if I was you, I would take this trade. Like, if I were you, I would take it. And I really feel like that. Like for him on his side of the trade, I would take it if I were him. So it's easy to sell for me. On my side, I just wanted a little bit more safety from an elite receiver. I mean, in that league, I had, a bunch of Brian Thomases, essentially. I had Malik Neighbors, Drake London, Lad McConkey, Brian Thomas, all these guys that are like potentially top 3 wide receivers, but not top 3 wide receivers, right? So I just wanted to get rid of a little bit of that potential just because I had so much of it. I just don't like being oversaturated in, a specific segment of dynasty on any roster, period. And I felt like I was starting to get there.
So what's your quarterback room that you had the flexibility to do that?
Well, before I made this another trade, we'll just rewind time. It was gosh, who are my quarterbacks? It was Bo Nix. Somebody help me here.
Jackson Dart.
Yeah, Jackson Dart and JJ McCarthy.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So you took a lot of certainty out of your quarterback room.
Yeah, but I'm not too worried about that, to be honest. I'm a firm believer in JJ McCarthy. I actually think JJ McCarthy is going to have a better season than Jordan Love personally. And that may be a hot take, but I just think that highly of him. So in this situation especially.
Yeah, maybe save that stuff for the bold predictions.
Well, that's not one of my bold predictions, so
it is now.
My man.
Well, it actually ties in. It actually ties into one of them. I mean, he's in the best situation in the NFL. I don't think that's that big of a hot take. I mean, if he's a top 6 quarterback at the end of the year, I mean, people might be surprised, but they're going to say, well, he's in the best situation in the NFL. So,
okay. Anything else we got on this?
Let's get to breakouts.
All right, Mike. Breakout players. Since Mike, since you're jumping out of your seat, why don't you give me your first breakout player?
Yeah, sure. So my first one is Trey Benson. So right now in like redraft, he's going at 150 overall. And James Conner has never been healthy a single year. He was last year, right?
Until last
year.
The
first year, even though he did miss the last game due to injury.
No, he did not.
What's that worth?
No, they sat him.
Well, yeah, but
he's never except last year.
Except last year. But we're talking about what, eight seasons in the NFL.
But the year before
right?
it was like 15 as well. So it's.
Yeah, but still, I think Benson's going to get his opportunity, right? And I think he's actually a good player, especially a lot better. Like I think he's probably one of the best high-end handcuffs that you can think about. So I think he's got an opportunity, especially with a Conner injury, to just go to the moon, dynasty-wise. So get him as a throw-in now while you can. Because have you seen Benson moved at all? Like, I would probably pay a late second for him.
I would guess most of his owners are thinking what you're thinking after drafting him last year, if they still have him, or they traded something decent for him. So I would think nobody really wants to trade him right now, right before the season starts. He has a chance to gain value. Oh my God, Mike.
Just keep hitting my damn mic. My darn mic.
What can you get? All right, let's say somebody does want to trade him, doesn't believe in him, or whatever it is. What can you get him for?
I think a contender second should be able to do it, right?
I wouldn't trade him to you for that.
I mean, wasn't he going early second last year?
Yeah, early second last year.
Yeah, and he did absolutely nothing. So
Yeah, but he's just in that position that you just explained.
I know that's what I'm saying.
Austin,
This is breakout, not hot takes. So
Austin, I'm offering you a high second for Trey Benson. Like
Get him
my
out of
team's,
here.
yeah, okay. You
Heck
take it for
yeah.
that.
Let me re-roll. I'd have done it last year if you would have let me.
Are you doing it for Mike's contender second?
I'm probably going to make you throw me in one of these rookie third or fourth round guys he has on his team. Like a Lambert Smith, like me and Mike just made a trade, and that was his little throw-in piece.
Woody Marcus.
Yeah, something like that. Just let me get a little something extra.
Or
Make me
throw
feel
him,
good
throw
about
him a
it.
third, fourth round pick, Kyle Williams, and he'll take it in a second.
There you go.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he's not really a third round value anymore. Chad, talk some sense to these guys. What's Trey Benson worth?
I don't know, late second.
All right, Mike.
thanks, Chad. Appreciate it.
Tell me what Trey Benson could actually be worth if he has this breakout.
Like if he actually like breaks out this season,
Yeah.
Or are we talking like top 15? Okay. I mean, he's definitely going to be a first
Mhm.
plus.
First plus,
If he-
he could get to.
Yeah, even if he can finish as a top 24, I think RB. I think.
I mean, if Connor gets hurt, misses significant time, Trey Benson breaks out, you think you get to Kyron Williams level by next year?
I think there's no world unless that happens like pretty early in his production is pretty significant because it's not the value is not going to be cemented until after the draft, right? So it doesn't matter if Connor misses 4 or 5 games and he does adequately well or even plays pretty well. People are still going to be thinking, well, this guy's not a guy that we can't guarantee he's not going to get drafted over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it have to be a serious Connor injury, and Benson would have to absolutely smash, like Bucky Irvin style.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's the only way that we're going to feel confident he's not going to get drafted over. And there were still crazily a few questioned people in the dynasty community about Bucky.
Yeah.
Well, I understand that, and there's a lot of questions in the redraft community about Bucky as well. It's because that full workload only came over like the last 4 games of the season, and it's when Rachaad White was hurt. So we're not in the coach's room. So I understand why there's speculation. Plus, Bucky's size, can he actually handle that workload?
Yeah,
I think there are questions there. They've got 3 capable backs. Rachaad White does a couple of things really like at a pro level on third downs, especially. And
I would hope
who's
so.
the other capable
He's
guy?
a pro.
Sean Tucker.
No.
Sean Tucker.
This is not the Canadian Football League, sir. He is not a capable NFL every down running back.
Tell you what, he looked really good last year. I'm not saying he's going to take Bucky's job. I'm just saying if they want to rotate that job around a little. Look, I think the Cardinals are actually very similar to the Rams. This is part of why I brought this up. There's a lot of buzz about Blake Corum. I know you're going to give me shit for bringing up Blake Corum. I'm going to have to.
There's a lot of buzz about Blake Corum.
There was, yeah.
There was. I thought you said is. I was like,
no. There was through camp
actually right now. Yeah,
he had a really good camp. They're talking about him actually taking some of that workload away.
Yeah. Well, last offseason, Kyron Williams was a punt returner. Remember? So
Yep.
I'd say I thought it was hilarious. I kept getting updates from Sleeper about teams' unofficial depth charts that are getting released.
Well, that's because they released this week with football.
Can you stop? Don't send me alerts about that stuff.
I think it's fun, especially when they're low. So about, I could get this guy a little bit cheaper now.
Caleb Johnson's the
Caleb
Steelers'
Johnson,
third running back.
Well, so is Travion.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't believe that at all.
Yeah. All right, Austin, who you got for a breakout?
My first one's Brenton Strange. We talked about it last week, but I think he's primed to give us mid tight end 1 season this year.
707.
Yeah, something like that. Somebody you can start in any pinch you need. Good flex play here and there, and if he shows that he can be consistent to Liam Cohen and company, then I mean he could start being more of a focal point. We saw that times with the way they used K. Dotton early in the season when there were receiver injuries, that Cohen will go to him. And then once the guys got healthy and Otten wasn't able to show that he could consistently produce, they went away from that. So I think it does give the opportunity that if Strange can show that he has the ability to be a focal point, then he will give him the touches. So, it's a wide open tight end room. There's nobody else there. So, for me, that's a good excitement to see. And I mean, he's hardly worth a second now. I mean, he's really, I don't think people will trade him for a third, but maybe like a future second, 27, 28 second. I think a lot of people will be fine moving him. But ideally, you would just want to get him as a throw in a trade with a player that, two players you view in the same tier and get him thrown in with it.
Yeah, again.
Let me ask a question, Austin. So I know you said you kind of gave the range of a mid tight end one. When I hear that, I think that sounds absolutely crazy. So what do you think like the range is between like where he could end up and where you think he will end up? Or
I
do
mean,
you think he's
I
going to
don't
be? I
see
don't want
top
to.
6. So that's
Okay,
why I
okay.
say I don't expect him to be in that upper echelon. But after that top 6, do we really care? No. But if he's given you the flex possibilities where he's that tight end 7 through 15 on the season, some weeks that's going to be good, some weeks that's going to suck. So my thought is that if he can finish towards the top side of that, it wouldn't really shock me to see that because the landscape's such a disaster in tight ends. We don't really know. So that's kind of where I'm saying is I don't expect him to finish up with the big guys, no. But after that, we don't really know. So I'm kind of taking my shot that he could be one of those guys that surprises people and finishes, tight end 8 on the season.
Mm.
All right. So Brenton Strange or Trey Benson?
Strange for me. I don't really want Benson, to be honest.
Chad, someone that doesn't hate Trey Benson. Which one would you take?
It's probably roster dependent. I'm probably leaning Trey Benson.
Mike?
I go Benson.
Yeah, I'd probably go Strange and a 0.5 premium. I don't know. That's tough. I mean, running back's a way more important position because it's scarce, tough to fill. Strange could
Tight
end up.
end's not scarce.
I mean, there's a bunch of guys that are a dime a dozen, though. Like, there's guys that you can plug in.
Yeah.
Every team has one. All right, Chad, who's your breakout guy?
My first breakout guy is Drake May.
All right. Now this is a player I like. Tell me why.
Yeah, so I feel like I'm maybe on an island here because I don't hear anybody really talking about this kind of this upgrade at wide receiver much, but to me Stephon Diggs is massive in New England. Massive. And I think, I'll get to that a little later, but I think Stephon Diggs is going to have a crazy year this year with Drake May, and I think it's gonna do wonders for him. Add Travion Henderson to that, and just the big play potential. It's adding a whole new dimension to that offense. You had guys that could be reliable in the offense as far as short yardage goes, but Drake May didn't have anybody that can make big plays. It just was non-existent in that offense. Now he has two guys that are capable of it at a really high level. I'm just really excited for what his output's going to be this year.
He was my target for every redraft league was Drake May. So
really?
Because he was going like QB 12 to 14-ish from all my redraft stuff. So I really like it, especially with the rushing upside too. You all know I love Bo Nix, but at like QB 6, that's crazy talk. So like, give me May.
Wow, I only really cared about 5 quarterbacks this year in redraft, and then the rest of them, yeah, might as well wait. Get somebody like Drake May. That's cool. What can you get him for in Dynasty right now?
I feel like all of those quarterbacks are unattainable from that class, except for maybe Penix. But
even Penix is like really tough to get right now.
So you have to have a high first to start next year, and then one on top of that, 2 more firsts.
I think the easiest way to acquire those guys, like the Drake May, the Bo Nixes, the Caleb Williams, that kind of player, the easiest way to acquire them right now is by down tiering from an elite player. Like if you're not
Lamar
doing
or
that,
Josh Allen,
if you're not doing that, there's really not an incentive for the the trading team that's giving away those Drake May kind of players. There's no incentive for them to do that because they think the value is going to go up on those guys. So unless you're providing certainty to them, I mean,
Okay, so maybe that's a better way to look at it. That's a good point. So what's it take to get from Drake May to Lamar? Or,
True.
I mean, Jaden Daniels seems very difficult.
Yeah, I mean, you're
I
getting
was
a
trying to
really
make
big
that trade
piece.
all offseason. I was trying to downgrade on Jaden Daniels to like
Yeah,
Drake
me
May and
too.
Bo Nix and all those kind of guys all
Me too.
offseason.
It was really hard to get face
Yeah.
value
Yeah.
Interesting.
because everybody that had Drake May or Bo Nix was really excited about him, so they didn't want to pay the value difference to get there.
Add a first to get the Hurts, or you just hold?
Going to depend on the league. If it's a heavy Russian league, like a point per carry league, I'll take Hurts because of the safety there, but I'm probably holding unless I'm a contender. It's a late first.
Yeah,
I think I'd
probably
do that.
probably what it takes. Yeah,
I'd do that. I'd do Drake May in the late first for Hurts in a heartbeat.
I would
Just
pay
for
that too.
Just for the safety,
Yeah, I would pay that
and the
too.
elite upside, actually.
I would think it. I think it would probably take more than that to get Hurts.
Yeah.
From whoever has Hurts at this point.
Yeah, I would say probably
Same thing with like Lamar and Josh Allen. Like it just takes a lot more for those guys.
So much more. Yeah, you need a really good player to make it tempting. A good way to. All right, so let's think about this: like Drake May and Justin Jefferson for Josh Allen.
Oh, I definitely take May's side with Justin
Yeah,
Jefferson.
I would too.
Okay, so
would,
not
but,
that
yeah.
high. All right, what about like the Brian Thomas Jr. level then? If we're taking players from earlier today.
Probably.
Yeah, all right.
I think that sounds about right.
I think we found it.
Yeah.
But Drake May legitimately has the chance to be in the top 3 by the end of this year. Is that true?
I don't know about top 3.
I'd say top 5.
Yeah, I would say top 5 is probably a little bit more realistic, just because the like he has the rushing upside, but just the offense is we don't know a lot about it yet.
Yeah.
There's a lot of a reason to be optimistic, but there's still just a lot of question marks.
Yeah, and I like some of their pieces, but I do think they're missing, a true wide receiver one, not like a washed up old wide receiver.
I think Stephon Diggs is going to be a wide receiver one this year, like a legit. And I'm not just talking about in name. I'm talking about like on New England. I'm talking about NFL wide receiver one, not but a.
So that to me is phase 2, right? Phase 1, collect underpants. Phase 2, I don't know. Phase 3, profit, obviously. So that to me is something that nobody can know.
What the
I
hell does
don't even know what we just talked
have
about.
to do with profit? Was there a boat involved?
No boat. So
Oh my god.
you guys need to watch South Park, man. So seriously though, phase 2 it's things that we can't know. We don't know that Stephon Diggs is going to be able to beat people deep, to be a true wide receiver one. He's got to have that deep speed after that injury. We don't know.
I mean, you can say that about a lot of players.
Yeah,
like a lot of players coming back from injury. I mean,
absolutely.
We've only seen him look good. We haven't seen Stephon Diggs look badly yet. I mean, look like a poor version of Stephon Diggs. So if he comes back and he looks bad, then sure. But I mean, I'm not willing to just automatically write him off like it feels like everybody else in Dynasty is done for some reason.
All right, so
I'm not gonna lie, I've tried to buy Diggs and I can't get him.
You could early in the it had to be early in the off season.
Now that he's playing week 1, it's probably tough. But what are you offering, Mike?
I was offering a contender second for a month plus.
Yeah, I would have taken that.
I got him for thirds in the beginning of the off season.
Yeah.
Like in multiple leagues. He was very easy to get. Matter of fact, I remember not to call you guys out, but I remember somebody made a trade for Stephon Diggs and they paid a second and you guys laughed at them. And I was
might have been after the whole boat
that's
debacle.
that crazy. But yeah, no, it was. It
That-
was.
that-
It
that-
was when.
Well, that caused some of the uncertainty. 'Cause number
but that's
one,
what I mean.
there wasn't an update on his injury and
Yeah.
how he was coming back from it, and there was the whole boat and drug debacle.
Mm.
So it kind of threw.
They were
more
talking about
uncertainty
cutting
in
him,
there.
actually. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there was.
Well, there were
these
rumors
false
about that,
reports.
but
yeah,
yeah,
false
right.
reports about them cutting him. But that's what I mean. Is just that those are the times to buy players. Like if you're going to take a risk, those are the times to take the risk.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you got to have
Now
conviction
it's-
on those guys because they can bite you in the rear end really quick.
Yeah, but if you're paying
Yeah.
thirds, like you
All right,
know,
if there's two things that I'm taking out of this is that Stephon Diggs is a boat, as Mike just told me, and that you guys have never seen the Underpants Gnomes episode of South Park.
Never.
No.
Wow. I mean, it's an old one, but wow. Okay. Mike, what you got?
So my next breakout is Ricky Pearsall. So I feel like he's pretty popular
Oh, yeah.
among the fantasy space to talk about, but it's kind of weird. His like consensus ranking right now especially for redraft is like wide receiver 32. And I think to have a possible wide receiver 1 on the offense is kind of crazy, right? So his last 2 games, he finished a wide receiver 7, wide receiver 14. So again, coming back from getting shot, so did not have a strong finish last year. But I think he's just got a chance to get in the top 20 wide receivers after this season. And while a lot of people say that, he's not being drafted like it. So, yeah, he was someone that I was I got a lot of shares last year because he was going in the second for a first round receiver. Like, I love that kind of stuff. So he's someone that I was pretty high on. And so, yeah, Ricky Pearsall to the moon.
Really, you got him for a second. I mean, I know he was.
He was in the
That's
second
where he
round of
went,
every
yeah.
draft. Yeah, he
He
never
always
went.
Oh yeah,
He-
last year, yeah.
Yeah. I
mid-second.
mean, I drafted him in the mid-second, like every.
Yeah, he's been hard to buy this offseason. It's
Yeah, I thought
it's
you were
already a first
season
in my
with that.
opinion.
To,
So
to say something funny, I actually in a league, I didn't know Penix was off the board, and so I traded DeAndre Swift for the pick. Austin, you're in this league too, and I was like, oh crap! But Ricky Pearsall was there, so I was like, oh well. And the guy's like, go get your guy, and I'm kind of happy I have Pearsall. instead of DeAndre
I'd rather have
Swift.
Pearsall than Swift in a.
I know it's just
Well,
it's
that was
crazy
during
how
the
such
rookie-
yeah, during
it
the
looked
rookie
really
draft.
crazy at the time because it was like for the
Yeah.
2-6 after Swift had a pretty good season the year before. So
And nobody wanted Pearsall at that point.
yeah,
mhm.
nobody did. So yeah, it was kind of wild.
Pearsall was in rookie drafts last year. Pearsall was that was a teardrop for me. Right after Pearsall was when I stopped caring.
Same.
Right on. All right, so yeah, I do think that it takes a first to get him right now.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely.
You know, Bretton Strange and Trey Benson wouldn't get it done.
No,
No,
definitely not.
No. For someone that can be a wide receiver 1 for a team.
Yeah.
Yeah, with all the injuries too. I mean, he's going to be really expensive right now in Dynasty.
Like Jennings just came back, so there's like no one there at receiver.
Did they work anything out with him with the contract?
I don't think so. No.
No.
Nah,
not that
he's
I've
gonna be
seen.
disgruntled. If you watch the two of them play last year at the same time, there's no comparison. I mean, Juwan Jennings is a good player, but Pearsall is just so much faster.
He's a lot younger.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
hope so.
All right, all right. Let's talk about where Pearsall can go. Do you think he can be a dynasty wide receiver 1 this time next year, like
Mm.
low end?
No,
No.
he'll be a wide receiver 2 at
So-
best.
So at best, he could get into like the Devontae Smith, T. Higgins, Waddle, like wide receiver 2 range.
Yeah, I'm talking about 15 to 24.
Oh, happy birthday, Chad.
Chad.
Happy birthday, Chad. Balloons just went in
Yeah,
front of
you
your
just had
tree.
balloons come up.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I guess
I
it's
had
your
no idea.
birthday. You didn't
Happy
tell us, so happy birthday.
Okay.
Chad, happy birthday. You get to go next. Who's your next breakout player?
Oh, my next player is Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah, predictable, but go for it.
Yeah. No, I'm just excited about the offense. I think Kyler looked absolutely awful last year, and I'm hoping I mean, it really just comes down to I'm hoping he looks a little bit better. So
I'm hoping. I'm wish casting. That's what this is, right?
Yeah,
Fingers
that's
crossed.
literally it. Kyler has to look a little bit better. Another year together. But gosh, he can't be that bad again, right?
I'll help you with this one a little. So they have installed a lot of new wrinkles to their offense, a lot of motion, a lot of pre-snap to help Kyler scheme some guys open and make some easier reads, and to maybe make him a little more consistent.
I need him to be a little bit more accurate. Is
Well,
what?
and if
It's
some
a
of those
see
are
over
just
those
no
linemen.
amount of scheming is going to help him throw the ball into where it needs to be thrown.
some of those are wide open looks, and he's not throwing off his back foot while falling over. I think if you trust Kyler to read the defense, scramble around, and make a play every play, you're not going to succeed. So you really do have to give him like some quote unquote training wheels.
Yeah, I mean the issue is 71% of the targets thrown to Marvin Harrison Jr. were catchable passes. That's abysmal.
Yeah, it's
That's
terrible.
third worst in the league. So I mean it's got to come up. It's a similar boat with Roma Dunze, right? Like the quarterback play for the wide receivers were just so bad. We just need that to get a little bit better.
Yeah,
a lot better.
At least a little bit. But yeah, hopefully a lot.
So yeah, we've talked a lot about his value, either going down, going up, staying the same. But where is it right now? Like, can you? I'd imagine he's probably pretty attainable.
Is he?
So how about I have Bijan. I'll give you a Bijan for Marvin Harrison in a mid first.
I mean, it's so roster dependent. That's not a bad offer, at least.
that is a good offer. Yeah.
Yeah, it's at least going to catch my attention, but it's so hard to give up those really high end young running backs. So it'd have to depend. If I had two other guys I really liked at running back, it would at least make me think about it.
Well, I'm giving you Bijan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. No, we're tracking.
So
Well, here's the thing with all these players and like how attainable they are right now. If we've made it to a few days before the season starts, and you're trying to get one of these guys that people, at least some people think could be breakout candidates, it's going to be tough sledding. It's going to be really hard to get these guys. At best, you're just going to have to wait until week 1, week 2, week 3, when maybe some of these guys haven't really hit the ground running, so to speak. And that's when you make your move, because then people are starting to question their opinions from the offseason.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, it's kind of what I was trying to communicate earlier as well. But we're a trade value show, so at our core, so we're still going to do it, Chad.
Well, that's just advice, Jesse, which is what we do here.
So we're just going to say the guy and move on.
that's
We got
Chatalytics.
Somebody's gotta do
I
it.
like it.
All right, Austin. I think it's your turn.
It is. My next guy is my homer myself. It's Mr. Bryce Young.
Uh-huh.
All right, so I'm gonna give you these stats. Tell me if you think this is an obtainable season from him. Not like peak, just in a reasonably attainable season. Roughly 3,800 yards passing, 28 passing touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 450 rushing yards, 6 touchdowns. Does it
The
seem like something?
The 8 interceptions, I think, is.
Where would you feel better
I think
about?
it's hopeful. 10 to 12.
Okay, let's put 11 then.
Okay.
You say 6 rushing touchdowns?
Yeah, I mean
That
he had 4 in 8 weeks coming back.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say 4, but
Yeah, he had 4 his rookie year as well, but he had 4 in the last 8 weeks of the season.
I don't think 6 is outrageous. I mean, it's a good number, but yeah, those are the numbers that I hope for him.
Okay.
If that
So
happens,
it's
then
not
I would
unrealistic
say
to say that, correct?
yes. No,
Those
not
stats.
at all.
Okay, so
No,
that
no.
would put him at QB6 last year.
Okay.
And
Really?
from weeks, yeah, exactly. From weeks 9 to 18, he was QB6 in points per game. There's just a lot of reasons why you should believe in this player. I understand the first 2 weeks last year were just abysmal. I get it. But he had 9 to 10 games that weren't for fantasy and real life. And they just drafted an alpha wide receiver, which he's never had. He was second in big throw percentage for PFF last year once he came back. That goes pretty well with a guy that's 6'4", 220. There's just so many different reasons to why I believe he's going to become into that currently where we have that Bo Nix, Drake May category this time next year. It just feels like a good time to buy him. And if you're telling me, like you brought up Bryce Young in a first for Herbert, feels like a smash because I honestly believe that Bryce Young can outscore him this year. There's a lot more variables and it is risky, but I think there's a lot of avenues where Bryce outscores him in fantasy.
I'd take the Bryce Young side on that too. Yeah, I like Bryce Young.
Yeah.
I think that's solid, and I don't think that that's a name that's going to be hard to trade for. I think
Yeah.
you can get. He's acquirable. I got him for a couple nickels and a bag of open chips earlier this offseason. So,
Were they at least good chips?
they were, yeah,
Okay.
at one point.
So that was the best piece. Gotcha.
Nice.
Like it's more than a late first to get Bryce at this point, but I'm also not. If I have a high first, I'm not paying that for Bryce because I'd rather probably take a rookie next year.
I would in a vacuum, but I understand I'm not the average. I mean, currently his price tag is roughly the 109 to 110 in the 2025 rookie class.
I would have guessed mid, mid. But
That's his price point
yeah,
currently for
same.
Keeps Trade Cut is he's right in between that 109 to 110 price.
Yeah, I would say 106 or 107, but what do I know?
Cool.
All right.
Mike, what do you got?
So I got Cam Ward as my breakout. Obviously, it's his first season, but I think he's really got top 12 potential for this year just because he's got the upside of the legs. I think he does actually have decent pieces around him. I'm actually going to talk about his tight end next. Ridley, again, we're talking about like wide receivers that can finish as the wide receiver one in their offense. I think Ridley's pretty underrated right now. I've actually been trying to buy him all off season too. But every person that I message is like, I'm pretty high on Ridley, which is crazy considering like where his average draft position is. But I mean, I don't think he's worth more than a second with how old he is, but I can't.
People still getting fooled by him.
I can't get it for any second. So, yeah, I just think Cam's got more decent players around him than we think. I think I have the same kind of feeling similar to Drake May, but I get it. It's his first season. So, but he's got Pollard, he's got Chig, he's got Ridley. Like he's got some decent pieces around him that I think can really elevate him. And I don't think that defense is going to be good. So he'll have his opportunity, and I think he'll make well with it. Just videos I've seen and stuff, he's a super locked in dude.
Yeah.
So did you see the video of him and Shador when they were like working out together?
Mm-hmm.
And Shador's like, I don't know, he's talking about TikTok or something like that. And Cam's like, yeah, I don't care. He just cares about ball. I'm like, that's what I want from my quarterbacks. So
why don't you do this one and your next one at the same time?
Yeah. So my other one was Chig Okonkwo, right? The tight end there. His highest tight end finish was tight end 21 over the last couple of seasons. I don't even know who's been throwing him the ball, right? Like
Will Levis.
Was it all 3 seasons? But who's before him? I don't even know.
Mason Rudolph.
Yeah, corpse of Mason Rudolph. So I just really like athletic tight ends, and I think this is a guy that's attainable for like a third.
Oh yeah,
for a lot of people.
Yeah,
like easily for a third. And we know tight ends just take longer to break out, so I think he'll be a really good safety blanket for Cam, assuming he can be deployed correctly. But I think QB upgrade is going to be massive for him, so he can definitely break out. As far as like where I think he can finish, I think anywhere from like tight end 10 to 15 is big. We'll say 10 to 12 actually to be a little more bold. But
Gunnar Helm doesn't scare you?
No.
I'll tell you what, they have the best names of any tight end room in football. Chig and Gunner.
Chicken gunner. Like it.
All right, Chad, who you got next for me?
Yeah, I've got Roma Dunze.
Yes, my boy.
So Roman and Marvin, almost the same exact conversation, right? It just really supremely talented players who just have to show the talent that they've showed in college, and then also the QBs have to take a step up, and that's really what that boils down to. We can talk about the offseason and how they looked, and oh my gosh, they look so good in shorts and all this kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, abysmal quarterback play last year. Quarterback play has to get better. The only thing that scares me a little bit with Chicago, as opposed to what's going on there in Arizona, is the amount of players they have that are talented beside Rome. With DJ Moore and the two tight ends there. And then them drafting another wide receiver, so it's a little congested. But I'm just believing in the talent, hoping he can take another step forward, and then Caleb can stop crawling around the field and throw the ball a little bit better.
Nice. Would you take Garrett Wilson for like Rome in a second?
Yeah, I would.
What do you guys think about that?
I think I'll take Wilson.
Mike?
I don't want to. I'll take Wilson. Just with the insulation of the second. Like a second can help you get something else.
No, it's Rome in a second.
No, it's Rome in a second.
Oh, Rome in a second. Yeah, give me Rome in a second.
Okay. I'll take Rome in
Higher
a
on
second
Rome
as
than I
well.
should be.
In fact, I did. Actually, that's a trade shot I made earlier this offseason. I was just curious if you had changed your mind on that.
Apparently, yes.
Dang.
Well, no, I knew the trade. I traded Garrett Wilson away.
No.
I knew somebody wanted Garrett. Yes.
Oh,
somebody
you
wanted
traded him
Garrett
after
Wilson.
that.
I traded him away. Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay. Well, that's smart, actually.
Great job, Chad.
Good job,
Thanks.
Chad.
No, seriously, trade. No, it's. I mean, I think Garrett Wilson's got a chance to lose. a
Yeah,
little
I
value.
talked to the owner. Said, "Hey, would Garrett Wilson make this work?" It's like, so there we go.
All right. Yeah, I guess that's all I got on Rome. I love Rome. He's one of my prime breakout candidates. He and Olave in redrafts are just criminally low. You can get those guys in like the 12th round, 11th round of redrafts. Insane.
I'm surprised nobody had Olave as a breakout. Not
It's the
that it would
quarterback.
really be a breakout, but
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, right. For
Yeah,
him to
that's-
break out more than he already has, he's going to need an upgraded quarterback. Like he
Yeah,
can
but
have a good season, but that's not. He's already had a good season.
yeah. But I mean, in essence, right? Like the feeling of a breakout, right, is what I'm getting at. Like his value is just so low right now.
I just really don't trust the quarterback room at
Yeah.
all. Like seeing Rattler last season and considering like Shuck couldn't beat that. Like I'm just like, ugh. Like
Wow,
it could be really bad again. Really
I'm
bad.
not writing Shuck off yet. He's a rookie.
Yeah.
Sometimes rookie.
They could just want to protect Shuck too. Like you don't. We don't know what's going on. Like
Yeah.
they could just say, hey, we want to work with Shuck a little bit more before he takes the
Yeah.
abuse that's going to happen there in New Orleans.
Yeah, because Rattler's gonna get destroyed. That's why.
Yeah, he is.
I think I'd rather try to buy Olave after like the first 4 games than right now, to be honest.
Yeah.
It'll be gross.
All right, Alcid, who's next for you?
Well, speaking of players like Olave, I guess I'm apparently cheating the system, but I'm gonna take Travis Etienne. Currently, just looked at the RB38 on Keep Trade Cut.
Ooh.
Behind 2 of his running mates and Bigsby and Tootin. Behind
What?
Trey.
He's behind them.
Behind
He's
Trey.
behind Tootin.
Behind Trey Benson. I mean it's ridiculous. Like JCM's ahead of him. Braylon Allen, Jordan Mason. Like
JCM's ahead of everybody though.
that is true.
Yeah, I would consider him about even with JCM. Like for this year, anyway. For dynasty value, I'd rather have Etienne. He's just a better player.
Yeah, it feels like it's a little overblown. I understand his efficiency was honestly terrible last year, but the usage wasn't. And they drafted a fourth round and a seventh round running back. Um, but that doesn't tell me that they just don't want to use ETN at all. Um, Cohen's shown that if they have a decent running back, he can get them in space and get yardage, which is what ETN needs. He needs space. That's how he succeeds. The issue last year was he didn't do good yards after contact, and he was getting hit at the line of scrimmage a lot.
Hmm.
So if we can see similar production that we saw 2 years ago as is in usage, then I think we're going to see a much better ETN, and he'll be up in that top 15-ish range for dynasty again.
He needs to get involved in the passing game. That's his strength.
Yeah,
I think Cohen's smart enough to see that.
absolutely.
Yeah, use him like Rashad White back in the day. That's what I'd like to see.
Back in the day.
Back in the day. RB1, yeah, 2 years ago.
Oh, you youngins. So 2 years ago was back in the day. That's hilarious. Mike, what was the term we came up with earlier in the day for ATN? Instead of breakout player, it was some kind
Comeback player, like comeback fantasy player of the year. or
Oh,
something like
it was
Comeback
comeback boat. Yes, that's
Yeah,
what it
there we
was. Okay.
I'm glad y'all enjoyed that
Yeah.
because there's no way the audience does.
Thank you, Mike. I just appreciate that Mike appreciates it.
This is why I mute the chat.
that makes sense.
We can tell.
Oh my god! All right, Mike. I guess you're up. Or no,
I'm
let's
out
go.
because I did 2 at one time. Yeah, so
Oh, you're out. Okay, yeah. All right, Chad, you're up again.
Oh man, already. All right. So my next breakout player is going to be Dalton Kincaid.
I hope.
Yeah,
Me too.
I
Me too.
hope.
It'd
No,
be really
he
nice.
actually has looked like a really good player. Like if you watch Dalton Kincaid, he looks like Dalton Kincaid. He looks like the player he looked like coming out. There's nothing about his game where you're like, man, what happened to this guy? It's really just usage. And the usage in Buffalo's just been really odd with everybody. Keon
Insane.
Coleman has one of the highest, outside X positions from a percentage perspective in the NFL. When all anybody said about him coming out is that he needs to be moved around. Dalton Kincaid can't be moved around, found in space. Like it's just perplexing what's going on there. I'm hoping that they start figuring it out and start using these guys a little bit better. But yeah, I don't think Dalton Kincaid has looked like a player that can't produce in the NFL.
Well, good news. They just signed Gabe Davis.
Yeah. That actually might be decent news for Keon, to be honest.
Why? Because he
take more coverage down the field.
Take the top
Just make
off,
Gabe
theoretically.
Davis
Well,
run
they
wing
can give him that
sprints.
role because that's what Keon's. That's the only thing Keon's been doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's crazy. Everything you said so true about their offense. And if Josh Allen wasn't just so freaking good, then that would be a bottom 5 offense in the league. Like
Yeah.
what they do is
Yeah.
it's just ugly. It's disgusting. It's malpractice for the type of weapons they have. And Josh Allen's just so good it makes it work.
It's getting stale there. This might be their last chance, that coach and staff.
Yeah.
Yeah, free Dalton Kincaid.
Please.
just a little bit more creativity is all I think he really
Yeah.
needs.
I agree.
Still not getting him for less than a first.
No, but he's getting to that point where it's just a first, which is
Mhm.
nice for what we can see happen.
Well, and not just a first, but like a late first. Like
Yeah,
I
late
mean, you could have like literally the 112, and you could convince a lot of people.
Sure, I'd probably do that. I'd probably take it. I would definitely take Colston Loveland and just re-roll.
Yeah.
Would you, Chad?
At this point, yeah, I
Loveland
would too.
specifically? Okay.
I would with Loveland, yeah. And you guys know I'm much higher on Warren, but yeah, I'd still take Loveland over Kincaid at this point.
Might not have that chance next year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to go. I'm going to take my rookie guy that I've been high on since before the draft, Kyle Williams. I'm going to counteract what Chad says about Stephon Diggs, and I think Kyle Williams is going to lead the team in targets year one.
Ooh. Like,
I just think he's an NFL-ready receiver. I think him and Drake May are going to mesh perfectly, and I think he's going to fit in Josh McDaniels' offense just to a T. I mean, it's a perfect marriage in my opinion. He's already the starting wide receiver too. All the coverage, if Diggs is healthy, all the coverage is going to be geared towards him, which is perfect. I feel like Kyle Williams is going to be the perfect piece in that offense. Let Demario Douglas run around in the slot. Let Kyle Williams eat up everything in between.
Yeah, interesting. I would put Demario Douglas in this category too.
Yeah,
I
he
think
has a
could be
very
the
good
run of the
opportunity.
coast.
Yep.
And the reports are that he's looked great in camp, and that he has a chance
Who
to.
Pop?
Yeah, has
Yeah,
a
I
chance
mean,
to take a step forward.
he was good last year. It just
Yeah,
he had a ton of targets for like 700 yards.
yeah, he was just like a PPR gimmick kind of last year. It's like an emergency flex. I think he'll be a little better than that this year in a real offense.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed, it's a real offense. All right, I guess that's it. Anything else on
Nah, Chad's
breakout
got one
players?
more we're not sleeping on.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, buddy.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
buddy.
right. I forgot about that. I missed
couldn't
that
put
at the
him.
end.
I couldn't put him since I put Bryce Young. So please go ahead, Chad.
Yeah, no, I added Jalen Coker on mine. I think Jalen Coker is a really, really talented player. Throw away the draft capital, forget about it. The guy is really talented. It sucks he's going to be gone the first 4 weeks of the season. Hopefully that's it. Hopefully it doesn't extend past that. But when and if he comes back, well, let's just say when, because I don't think the Panthers can take it in an if scenario with how that running back room went.
I can't.
But yeah, when he comes back, I think he's gonna hit the ground running. I think he has a good opportunity to be, and this is probably very hot takey, but he has a good opportunity to be the best wide receiver on that team.
How are you going to say that, man? I was going to let you talk, and I was going to say this crazy big hot take and say that I actually think Jalen Coker is the best NFL wide receiver right now on the roster.
Right
That was
now.
literally yes. Now I haven't seen Tetaroa play yet, so I can't prove it. But honestly, I think Tetaroa smashes. So I don't think what you're saying is going to come to fruition. But I do believe that we're going to see a very good NFL player in Jalen Coker. I will say Canales yesterday said that it was a severe quad injury. So hopefully, I mean, they're projecting 4 to 6 weeks from the injury date, so that puts him about ready for week 5. But that is a little scary because he had a quad injury last year. That's what held him out.
Yeah,
I think it was 5 or 6 games last year. So hopefully they figure that out. But the player himself, man, he's a very good receiver already.
Yeah.
All right, here's my strategy with Coker. So he got a value bump immediately when Thielen was traded, and they announced him as the starting third wide receiver. You couldn't get him for a third anymore. I think you let the first week play out. Take a player that scored some points, like Jerome Ford, possibly. We'll see how that shakes out. But grab a player that possibly scored some points that you don't believe in and try to trade him for Coker because that manager might just grab that and say, okay, I need a flex. I'll take Jerome Ford. I would much rather have Coker.
It's a good idea. Early in the season, people will be doing crazy things because we all know how crazy these first couple weeks are about to be with fantasy scoring. So that's a pretty good idea if you can get one of those guys that you think's a flash in the pan and take him for an asset that you believe is a long-term play.
Yeah, people do be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, now are we done?
Now we're ready, sir.
All right, yeah, we'll just call it value gains, or breakout players, whatever you guys want to say.
Cool.
That brings us to bold predictions. So we're just gonna rapid fire through these things because I really don't know how to respond. Mike, what do you got?
All right. So I had one high, one low for each position. So I'll just start with my running backs. So my bold prediction is Omarion Hampton finishes top 5 at the running back position this season. I really think Najee's not healthy. and he didn't have any camp, so it's Omari's chance to just run away with it. I think he could have a really elite season. And then my downside is Bucky Irving outside top 12 RBs. I will die on that, and I will be happy to eat crow when he finishes higher than that.
You won't be very happy with the lack of shares you have.
I was gonna say, why would you be happy about it?
If he finishes outside the top 12? 'Cause
No,
I don't have any
inside the top
shares.
12.
No.
Oh,
inside.
yeah,
Why would
no.
you be happy to eat crow?
Yeah,
I'm just saying I will. I'm not stupid. Like I'm I'm not someone that just has their takes and then ignores when actually points come on the board and stuff like that. So
No, that's how you do it with a podcast, man.
Yeah.
but, yeah, no. When he's a top 5 dynasty RB, yeah, I don't think he'll finish there. So outside top 12 for me.
Is that
Alright.
it, Mike?
For running backs.
Do you want me to do all of them?
Yeah, I thought we were just going one by one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's fine. Go ahead, Austin.
I'll do my running back one now as well. Travion Henderson finishes as the rookie RB1 and top 5 at the position. Then the other running back one I have is Alvin Kamara outscores Saquon and Derrick Henry, and only Trail CMC is the old guy leader of the running back stable. I think he's going to get absolutely peppered with
I'd
targets.
say 100 catches for Kamara. would
Yeah,
be one
that's
of my
that's
bold
what I'm getting at.
predictions.
When y'all were talking about Olave, I couldn't wait to bring up Kamara. I think he's going to absolutely smash because they're going to have to just toss it down to him and hope he catches every one of them.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. All right, Chad.
Yeah, so this one involves a running back. So I've got Tyler Warren and Marion Hampton both end the season as consensus top 3 players in value. And that just comes. I mean, I think that's very hot takey because that would Tyler Warren would have to beat out Sam Laporta, at the very least, and then Amarian Hampton would have to break into Ashton Genty, and Bijan and Jahmyr Gibbs. So. And then my other one that involves a running back is Tyrone Tracy finishes as top 12 running back. And this is like for actual production.
Yeah, let's go.
I like it.
Let's go.
I like it.
Heavily redraft invested in Tyrone Tracy in the 5th round.
I got
He's a good value.
him in like the 7th and 8th, 9th
Really?
round in a lot of places. Yeah.
Yeah, I just popped on him because I didn't know how long he would last, so I just took him when I could. You know what I mean?
Just get those starting RBs, baby.
I was surprised that people weren't like starting to hype him up a little bit because Matthew Berry's been like talking about him a lot and talking about how he's like the best value in redraft.
Oh, has he?
Yeah.
I don't listen to that. That's
Yeah, it
funny.
was. I saw him on Rich Eisen. You turn on ESPN, he's on everywhere.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah, he is.
All right, what else we got, Mike?
All right. So for my quarterbacks, I got Cam Ward finishes as a top 12 quarterback at the position, which I've already talked about. And then Jared Goff outside of the top 20 quarterbacks.
That's a.
Mm.
Phew.
Yeah, I know,
Phew.
right? I know.
So does he get hurt? Is that your projection?
No,
Mike, be careful, man. They might come put you in a straitjacket.
I know, right? I know.
All right, I'll go with my quarterbacks now. I have a couple. Bo Nix does not finish top 12 at the QB position season long or points per game. CJ Stroud finishes top 5 at QB, and Nico Collins finishes as the wide receiver 1 overall.
I don't hate
Yeah.
that. That's my.
I don't hate that
a,
either. That's a good one.
That's a good one. The Nico Collins one. I like it.
And then I'm gonna go ahead and give my homer one is Bryce and Tetaroa finished top 8 at their each position.
Ooh. You mean Tedero? You mean for out of rookies?
No, I mean as a receiver.
Yeah, I know what you mean. All right, what do you got, Chad?
So one that kind of ties into what I was talking about a little bit earlier with Drake May. Stephon Diggs finishes as a top 10 producing wide receiver in fantasy this season. I think pretty hot takey. 6 of the top 12 quarterback finishers for this season will be different from the 12 finished last season. So it'll be 6 changes.
I don't know the 12, but that feels really hot takey.
Yeah.
Like I don't know the 12 last year, but that definitely feels like a hot take.
Yep. There's but here's the thing. Like you really look at that top 12 And then you look at some of the guys outside of it, and you're like, man, like they can't all be top 12. Like there can be an abundance of changes. Now for 6, there has to be a significant amount of change, but it's definitely possible from me just looking at it. And then my other one is Brock Bowers outscores the tight end 2 by 50 points or more.
I can see it.
That one probably makes the most sense to me. Although McBride and Kittle could both.
50 points is a lot. That, I mean, he would have to literally be like Pete Kelsey.
Yeah, well, I mean, you could really see that. So, all right, are we back to Mike again, or is it Austin?
Yeah, it's me.
Okay, Mike, I understand you have more of these. Is that right? There's still more on this sheet.
I've got 4. Yeah.
Yeah. Why?
What?
You guys did so many of these. Keep going.
I just did one high, one low for each position.
Oof,
relevant to
why?
fantasy.
Why?
They're fun. They were fun to think about. I enjoyed thinking about them.
Okay. All right. So I will tell you, I zoned out a long time ago. The audience probably did too. But go on.
Well, no, they're better than you, Jesse.
Okay. Thanks for giving a little bump to our channel there, Jesse.
So many of these.
And don't forget the 5-star review.
So I got Roma Dunze.
Chad over there. Chad. All right, I'm muting Chad.
Roma Dunze for the most fantasy points for a Bears wide receiver and top 15 at the position. And then DK Metcalf outside top 24 wide receiver finish. The Metcalf one kind of has to go with, believe it or not, like London like finished as the wide receiver 37 and 31 with what's his Nuggets as the head coach there. And we all love London now, right? He was the top 10 wide receiver last year, right? So I think Metcalf and his antics, it's going to be really bad. So I'd sell him while I could. Arthur Smith, that's his name. There we go. I actually wrote it down too. Jeez.
And my last one's Tyler Warren finishes a top 3 tight end on the season. So he's bumping one of McBride, Bowers, or Kittle off.
Nice. I agree. That's gonna be a really fun one too, because if he does bump the tight end 3 from a finishing perspective, there's a good chance people are starting to talk about him as tight end 2. Or even tight end 1, depending on how close he is to those other guys. So it'll be really interesting. That'll be a fun conversation.
Yep.
All right, my last one's Kyle Pitts, top 5 tight end finish, and then Sam Laporta outside top 10 tight ends.
Do you really believe that, Mike? Kyle Pitts?
I do.
That's ridiculous.
How many shares do you have? Because it better be a lot.
Oh no, I only have. I think I only have
so you don't really
redraft shares.
Okay.
Or maybe 2. No, I got one in the Pokemon League, right? Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Yeah, I got one.
How many seasons has Kyle Pitts just lost people championships because they've like?
But he's not expensive anymore.
No, I know. I'm just talking about like the hope involved of Kyle Pitts right now. I'm not saying he's like a bad buy right now. I'm just saying like he's burned so many people for so long.
Yeah, I stopped buying after the first season. So
he was not on my redraft list.
Well, we're done, Jesse.
Are we?
Yeah, that was all of them.
Okay, cool.
Is that what you're going to do for me when all of mine are right?
Are you going to put these in the Discord?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. If you could, Austin, put all of this in the Discord and all the breakout players as well. Yeah, we'd love to come back to this at the end of the year. All right. Are we good?
We're good.
All right. Good job, guys. Anybody watch anything good this week?
I have been binging Shrinking on Apple TV, and I absolutely love that show. It's got Harrison Ford. Trying to think who the other guy is.
Jason Segel.
Oh, there we go. I actually got it that time, not just that guy from the How I Met Your Mother. But like the chemistry in that show between everyone. The crazy neighbor reminds me of my aunt a little bit. She's just very blunt, and I love it. So but very funny show. Like I was eating last night and I started laughing so hard. My wife seriously thought I was going to die because I was like choking and I was like gasping because I couldn't stop laughing. And I was like, like laughing. And I get, sometimes I get these crazy laughing fits. She's like, are you going to die? And I'm like, I'm not joking yet. But really funny show with some very, very quippy, and I love it. It was really good.
My wife informs me that we watched it. I don't remember that at all.
Really?
Yeah.
I
Really
love it.
funny show. Yeah, you
Yeah,
guys
I've
should
done
check
one
it out.
episode. So,
Yeah.
what was the movie Jason Segel was in where he does Full Frontal?
Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Yes, that's the
such
one.
a good movie.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall. That one cracks me up.
Don't act like you don't remember that scene and what movie that was in. You rewatched it like 20 times. You kept talking about that scene in the group chat like for 2-3 years now.
There's a website for that. I finished watching the King of the Hill revival, and I got a Hank Hill quote for you. And this is something that I will say when I retire. So I'm not going to do the voice. I prefer to spend my retirement with people who remember when quarterbacks didn't leave the pocket. It's a long time ago.
That sounds like it.
That's what I got. I'm telling you that, y'all, that anybody that watched the old King of the Hill, you must watch the revival. It's so good.
I've been watching clips. It seems pretty fun.
Austin, anything for you?
Honestly, no.
Just 2K?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
I
came
know
out
it.
Friday, and I really haven't done anything but play. And
Oh, did it come out already?
yeah, early release came out Friday. And
All right,
like
so give us
I've
some
done.
highlights.
I'm shooting 74% from 3 and have a
Oh.
92% win percentage.
What's your microtransaction bill?
More than I'm going to admit on the pod to publish.
So that means he's buying upgrades.
Well, you have to pretty much.
You kind of have to, yeah.
If you're going to play competitively, you have to.
Yeah.
Because you start at a 60 overall.
Oh, okay.
And they don't give you anything to upgrade your guy for free. You just have to play. Or you can spend real money for virtual money. And yes, that was done.
So give me Maxey and McCain's ratings.
I have no idea. I've not even touched anything but my player.
Really?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
It's
I
just
have-
that one mode.
Yep.
Everybody creates their own guy and lives out their dream. And,
Yep, that's right.
Okay. Yeah, I used to do that, but not online with games. I would just do the franchise mode. That's all I cared about. Although, what Madden had a fun. I think it was Madden that had a fun it was
College football.
It was college football had a fun thing, and then MLB the Show had Road to the Show.
Yeah.
Which was fun. I did that.
2K5, best franchise mode ever.
That was a good one.
I've not played sports games in so long. It makes me sad. I was so into Madden.
Yeah, me too.
So into it.
All right, Chad. Anything?
Not really, man. Not really. Haven't really been watching much.
They don't call him the best in the business for nothing, folks.
Yeah. Nothing
Grinding
interesting.
tape
I've just been
and
prepping for this
snaps.
this podcast for a
For
week
the
straight.
Good job.
Yeah. It's really all I've been doing. It's all I have time for these days, man.
Nice. All right, guys. Well, I think this is a fun episode. We'll be back next week. Normal time next week. Probably have some overreactions.
Powered by Riverside.
Actually, this has been the front office.